G'day and welcome back for more Scrapyard Survival. And I am going to, hopefully, mobilize this warehouse so I can take it home and make it into a secondary warehouse at my place. There are a couple of things that factor into how I'm going to do this. One, I would like to bring the base with me if I can, or at least some of it, because the base is a bit of a pain to have to weld up by hand and I don't really want to have to do that. So if I can move more of it, better. Of course, that is going to be tricky for some of it because some of it is fully embedded in the voxel up here, so I may well lose this corner just to make the process a bit simpler. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to utilize this thing to be able to do some effective drilling. However, I think there's a high chance it's going to do pretty much nothing except for damage the floor. Because I can't right-click mine, I can't... Like, I have to get the drill right up against the floor to be able to drill the voxel. And I don't think that's going to end well. But before I can do any of that, I need to get rid of all of the shelves inside. Because they are extra mass, and they are also in the way. I am probably going to have to throw away some of these components, though. Because I reckon I'm going to fill up my cargo extremely quickly. I'm going to make a shortcut. Because this is going to take a while otherwise. Ah, I got a power cell. Don't think this wall is going to be attached, so let's get something in here to attach it.
Full. Inventory full.
Oh! Okay, that was unexpected. Oh! Ah. This is all half plate. That's actually perfect. That gives me a much higher chance of being able to get this out of the ground. I forgot that this was mostly half plate, half block, you know what I mean. Oh, that's actually fantastic news. I did not expect that whole thing to break when I ground through it. I thought it'd do like that. Just happily drop there and not do any damage. That was wrong. I'm deliberately throwing away a lot of these components because I really don't have space on the truck for them, and it's better just to get rid of them this way because they will just delete themselves when I've got enough of them in this space. So then I'll just pick up the last ones that are left after that. So walls are attached. Let's clean up the last bit of mass. And then we'll get this drill in here and see how much it drills out. And then maybe crawl underneath and figure out the rest of it. In the haste of wrapping up last time, I kind of forgot to bring all the components I talked about needing, like the stuff for the, the wheels. So I might have to make a trip back to go grab some of that stuff. Oops. And that's offloaded. Let's get the wheels on. Alright, and wheels sorted. Now I just gotta flick this thing over. And... oh. I put the wrong size of wheel on. Those are 3x3s. I need 2x2s. Oopsie. Let's try that again. And over it goes, ish. Might be able to fix that with just a little gentle reverse. And there we go. Toggle on off. Let's see what this drill does. Okay, it's definitely going to damage some things. It's not going too badly, but I think I'm going to need to drop down my wheel strength a bit. On my height offset to try and get the drill a little up. Yep, there's the first casualty. Okay, so this was an interesting idea. I don't know if it was a good one. I kind of know it wasn't a good one. It was an idea nonetheless. Can I get up that? Kinda. Just fit through the door. Alright, how does it work from the inside? That was kind of where I imagined this being used. Where I'm on a perfectly flat surface and it's all nice and easy to move around. Oh! Okay, I'm calling it. This doesn't work. Was an experiment worth... well, I don't even know if it was an experiment worth doing. It's an experiment I have now done. The thing is... I forgot to bring a drill. Ah, good, I have a drill. Thing is, I don't know if I can do much better with this. I'm just going to hand drill out as much as I can and then see if I can get this thing on some wheels and mobile. It should. I feel like this is more likely to be doable thanks to the half plate, because it makes it so that the right-click mining of the drill can actually get into the middle of the block and get all of the voxel out. Hopefully without causing too much damage, because I am certainly causing some damage right now. At this point, I probably have to acknowledge that it almost certainly would have been faster to grind off the bottom and re-weld it all up, even though that is a slow process in and of itself. But it's not as fun as trying to bring the whole thing. Oh boy. I just realized what I've been doing. If I was actually successful with this, I'm going to die here. Because this thing will fall and crush me. I guess that's how confident I was that I wasn't going to be successful. Okay, I think I've gotten everything. At least the stuff that I can see. Some of these taller bits might be problematic because they're technically within the bounding box of the half blocks above them. I'll just see if there are any obvious ones I can get rid of. And then have something to try that might make this thing drop clear and then become a mobile grid so I can move it. Then we go like this. And we add some steel plate that goes from here. Don't think it needs to go into the voxel. I think I just need to have it like that. And then if I separate these two from each other... Nuts. Didn't work. Did not go mobile. What I was trying to do there with adding some extra grid and then dividing it into two was to force the grid to update, realize that it shouldn't be static, and go mobile. Because we've got a mod on the server that does that. Okay, info. Convert to ship. Convert to ship is not possible. Okay. Let's start by cutting off these edge pieces that I don't actually need. Try and weld up some of these so I've got a clearer idea of where they're actually going to. I'm so far down this path now that I feel like there's no return. I just have to keep trying until this works. I think one of the spots that might have still been a problem could be this corner, because this block here occupies quite a large space, and I did have some voxel in there, so let's give it another go. See if it works this time. Oh, it did! It's mobile! Yes! Okay. Now, I need to take my crane and drive back home and grab the parts so that I can make this thing mobile. Alright, I'm going to grind this thing down. I can use its battery to get some pistons onto this thing, lift up the whole building again, so then I can get wheels underneath it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here with just the crane, not with the trailer, just the crane, and I'm going to tow this thing. That's how I want to do it. Now, what to do about this drill? Do I want to take it all the way back? I don't know. I'll probably just leave it there for now. While I'm here, let's add that. Grind off that. Add a small head. Get this battery merged on while I'm in here. Get some very basic power on this warehouse. That'll still be enough power for me to use the pistons to lift it up. Obviously not enough to run wheels. Which is kind of why I anticipate towing this thing. Not moving it under its own power. Because moving it under its own power is, I'd say, unrealistic. Alright, let's poke this piston down and lift the whole thing up. And we're locked. What the... What? Why did this whole thing just disintegrate at the back end? What just caused that? What just... I don't... What? I don't understand why that just disintegrated. I'd done so well up until this point. That's so disappointing. Now I need to I wonder if it did have something to do with this thing. My power hookup. Suspicious it did not help. There we go. Hey, I'm going up. Yeah. No more explosions. That is very good news. Okay, now I need to make sure I come down with enough steel plate that I can build a ramp up here. This whole back end just going, poof. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to disintegrate myself. There we go. One. Wheel. These don't give much clearance. I think I might need to make bigger wheels. Yeah, 3x3s is probably smarter here. I have 4 3x3 wheels. This thing's chocked up on a piston. In theory, I should be able to tow it. But in practice, I really shouldn't have a trailer on my truck if I'm going to do that, so... let's get this crane back in. I'll drop off the trailer, then return with just the crane to tow this thing. I might even bring back the parts to weld up at least one of those wheels and put down a control seat so that I can put the parking brake on before I release the thing from the piston. Should be able to do pretty similarly to what I did last time. Just grab hold of it with my crane and push it. Or at least, well, push it downhill, pull it uphill, so that my crane truck is always uphill of the extremely heavy, barely controllable thing. And hopefully that'll work. It should be fine, I think. The main issue is going to be the lack of ground clearance on the warehouse. But I don't think I've got room to put down 5x5s to get bigger clearance, and I don't really want to have to mess around with adding, like clearing out part of the floor just to put extra wheels in the middle, that sort of thing. So I'm just gonna make do and hope for the best. Put the parking brake on. Put the handbrake on. And then pick one of these wheels to weld up. Because I did only bring enough parts for one of them. Because big wheels are super expensive. No. Super expensive. 20 large steel tubes just for one 3x3 wheel. Alright, parking brake is on. Let's get rid of the piston. And we're good. No, don't go sunset now. No. No. It's not fair. Alright, that's locked. Let's go unlock the parking brake. I'm gonna have to drive over this edge, which is gonna suck. And brakes off. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I am dangling from my crane. That's what's happening. There we go. Oh, what? Oh, I think I'm pressing too hard on the front, maybe. Oh, come on. Over the lip. Get over the lip. Yeah. Yes. I'm doing it. I am pushing a warehouse up a hill. Brilliant. It is working. This stuff just makes my day when it works. Obviously, I could build something like this myself back at base, but where's the fun in that? The added challenge of having to do this way is something I genuinely enjoy. And the added risk. You can't ignore the added risk being fun. Because that really is too. 3 kilometers to go. How dark will it be when I get home? Oh no! Oh, bad wrong! Bad wrong! Oh no! Speaking of added risk, I just lost a connector. And something else? Dug a big hole regardless. How do fix this? that's fixing it. Kinda. There we go. I was definitely getting up too much speed there. Should have more of the weight on my rear set of wheels now. I think I've changed the angle of the crane enough to move it around. So I hopefully will have a bit better control and we'll actually be able to slow down. Because that's what I was trying to do when that all went wrong. I'm like, I'm going 20 meters a second. This is bad. Oh no, now I'm going 24 meters a second. This is worse. And then I turned the wrong way because this is like reversing a trailer. And it's hard. I'm also now in a position I don't like. Okay, I guess I'm going backwards now. Oh boy, it's dark. I don't want to do this in the dark. I also don't want to wait all night. I think this is the final... Yeah, this is the last ridgeline before the... getting onto the flat. So what I must do before I get down onto that flat section is turn and make it so that the warehouse is leading the charge here. 1.67 Ks. Alright, almost turned around. So we can get the warehouse going forward. No, why doesn't the warehouse want to turn? It's refusing to turn. I want you to turn. Okay, almost got a straight shot lined up to home. Turning this around was actually really difficult. I've just got to get my crane truck back under the crane. But it doesn't want to. It really doesn't want to. Let's try and slow everything down. Oh, nope. Now we're under. Let's try and slow this thing down because we're about to go over the lip. And this is probably the most dangerous part. So there's a decent slope here and this thing runs away from me. I am not going to be able to do anything about it. But looks like I made it. Oh yeah. Okay, bring it to a halt. Go to the crane. What I need to do is, I think, bring the whole crane to more vertical. And bring this through like that. And then lift. Because I need to keep these wheels off the ground. Those two wheels closest to me on the warehouse. If I can keep them off the ground, I can actually direct this thing. But I kept catching them on the ground and I was too afraid to lift them up higher when I was not on a perfectly flat ground like I am on this lake bed. Even though I knew it was what I needed to do, I was just so afraid of what it would mean if I let this warehouse have such free ability to move. Here we go. Bringing a warehouse back to base. Mostly in one piece. I'm doing this from maximum zoom out because it does a weird glitch with the lighting to mean that everything's bright. So I'm taking advantage of it. Okay, let's have a look how this feels with a warehouse on this side. I think I might actually close off this little parking area instead. Instead of having the warehouse along there, I think I'll have it along this side. I need to leave enough room though, so I'd like to have at least enough space to comfortably fit my crane truck and a bit of a turning bay and a few other trucks in here. So I'll have to set it back a fair way. And I also, as I mentioned last time, want to put a sign up on top of my warehouse here. So if I'm going to do that, I need to make sure that I've, you know, I'm not completely blocking the line of sight to the sign. Though it does make me wonder whether the sign should go on the side instead. So I'm not going to get time now to build the sign because I've got a whole bunch of people coming to join me so that we can run our first competition. I've decided I'm actually just going to run one competition and we're going to do the stacking of blocks. If everyone turns up with trucks, that is. If I don't quite get a full crew of trucks, then I might change my mind on that. But I'm thinking that's probably a good place to start, the stacking, because there's a lot to learn on that. And I haven't really gotten around to moving these parts yet and organising the course. So I'll plan for that to happen next time. But, so let's get into that, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add my signpost. The reason I've been having to actually put some serious thought into the signpost is this whole warehouse is built with panels. And because it's built with panels, there's nowhere to join onto so that I can build up from above the roof height. So I need to figure out which bits of roof are best to replace with full blocks. And how to do that in such a way that it gives me an attachment point for what I will probably use as backing, which is going to be the neon tubes, much like the interior, the lights inside here. So I'll keep thinking on that, but I'm leaning towards replacing the top two pieces with a slope tip. Because if the slope tips in those spots, I can remove the blocks on the front. But the thing that upsets me about all that is it's going to mess with the lines, the corrugations. Because that's what's happened over here. That's why these are all messed up. So I don't know. I'll have a think about that and sort it out after we've run through the cranes and I've stressed myself out by being probably not that good at it. Even though I've probably practiced as much as anybody. Alright. Competitors will be here soon, so let's get into it. Welcome everybody to my base. Glad you were all able to come with your rovers. I haven't actually had a chance to set up the course yet, but considering everyone's ready to go with various forms of moving contraptions, I did have a way that I thought would work nicely to get everything working. So what I was going to do was set up maybe a bit further away from the base, a little tower, which I'll weld up out of interior wall blocks, and then we can build off that 4 spokes of 20 armor blocks. And then we can see who can stack those to the highest within a time limit. And that way we can have multiple people running at once as well to add to the mayhem. So that we can make sure that they always drop in the same location or close enough to. So I'm just going to grab a couple of bits of equipment. And if everyone wants to hop in their rovers and maybe start parking them a bit more organized fashion, maybe in front of the warehouse with wheels. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I put a light on top of this thing, but there's no power for it. Everybody, please meet me in front of the cranes, and we're just going to walk through what we're going to do here. So, as you can see, there is now a blue pillar with a bunch of blue scaffold blocks off it. The goal is to stack those blue scaffold blocks as high as you can get them within the time limit. So we'll have 2 people competing at a time. We've got a nice little fence we can stand behind, so those driving, please note there is a fence there. Fences are caltrops. Fences are like a small Lego piece in the middle of the night that you stand on. So be mindful. The way I'll drop the armor blocks is just by using the detach mode of advanced welding, so they'll all just drop pretty much exactly in a line where they are. We probably need to have 2 classes of competition because we've got a bunch of cranes here, but we've also got a couple of forklifts. I see 1, 2 things that I reckon could count as forklifts or telehandlers. But I think I'll try and anything that looks small to me, I'm going to count as a forklift. So we've got 2 forklift entries, and everything else will be a crane entry, I reckon, because of those degrees of articulation that are in those.
My crane was large grid, so couldn't come.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to have a couple of forklifts. The forklifts will be exciting because the forklifts give a very different, need very different options and very different controls to try and get things to work. Does anyone want to volunteer to go first?
Sure, why not?
I love the moment where a few people just started staring randomly at other people. All right. We've got 1 volunteer for first. Anyone else?
Is that a crane or a forklift?
We'll start with cranes, I think.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if Vox's salute was meant to be a hands up, but if not, I'll go.
All right. So we've got Yarden and Monster. So pick a side. I'll start dropping the things, and everybody else probably want to stand behind the safety fence, the danger fence. So I don't think anyone's going to be able to stack these to a full single height stack of 20. So I'll be interested to see how far people get. I love that you brought a barbecue.
Yep, barbecue. I've got drinks in here if you guys want some as well.
Oh, nice. Frosty, well prepared. So we've got the mishap-prone rover, and we have Monster Punks.
Monster's crane liner.
Ah. So the crane liner up against the mishap-prone rover. Are our two competitors in their cranes?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have to control mine through build vision, but yes.
Oh, you build visioning yours. You don't have the... Oof. That's a special class of challenge you've got going for you there,
Set
Yard.
up park, but I got a
Indeed.
little distracted by my base falling on my rover.
Ah.
Ouch.
Well, good luck. Let's see how high you can go. Begin the contest in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Maybe we won't need separate classes of competition. This makes it more interesting to me. Oh no! The drop didn't land. 20 seconds. Yarden's got 1 cube up. That's actually kind of impressive considering it's done with build vision.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
That's
doing
time.
the dance.
Oh, I think we'll count that one. That's 3. All right, that's
Woo.
time.
Well, I got my crane deployed. I'll call that a win.
Yep, I mean, for build vision, that kind of is. Frosty, can I put an LCD temporarily on your little station?
Of course. I was thinking of doing it myself, but I ran out of time.
I love that you made this little tent. It's so cool.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, I've got a little bit of extra time this week. I'll throw something together. Originally, it was just something to carry extra batteries for the forklift because it doesn't last very long.
Uh-huh.
But I thought if I'm going to bring something extra, I might as well make it look nice.
Yeah, no, I love it. This is awesome.
And it
I love when
yeah,
people do this sort of stuff.
carrying the spare parts on the storage shelf. I thought was a nice touch.
All right, LCD. So we've got Monster at 5 and Yarden at deployed.
Wasn't it 3 for Monster?
Oh yeah, 3. Sorry.
Yeah, I had 3.
So we got this time we have the Vox crane against the Scrapper. Okay. Are our competitors ready? Begin stacking in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We got 2 park cranes up against each other this time. This is good. Hearing some welding going on behind me.
Someone stole my chair, so I had to take them out of it.
Now, this is a bit of a test of people's park setups. See how well you've got it able to be controlled. I've got a bit of an issue with my park setup. Trying to use Q and A to do extension of one segment and E and D to do extension contraction of another means that I can't do Q and E at the same time. So I can't extend both segments simultaneously
Yeah.
because they're opposing controls in SE, which is the downside of it, which in a race could be an issue. I think the next round we should take the 2 forklift drivers out. And then once
Sounds
everyone's competed, you can all watch me suck at doing it.
So you get to go last, is that it? You get to see how everybody does first and then the tips and tricks.
Yeah, I thought it could be more amusing to watch me go last than me go first. For you guys. Oh, we got the first block for Vox. Almost in place. Oh, block 2. We're at 2 minutes remaining. I'm not sure what's happening with Core's rig, but they seem to be having some trouble actually grabbing onto anything. I think maybe that their base hinge is locked and needs to be lifted because it's not lifting. So you might
Well,
need
that was the problem I had. I got
Yeah.
stuck at the hinge limit.
Yeah, you need to sometimes reset the, move the hinge limit by 1 degree
Yeah,
in
that's
so that it can
what I
unlock
did.
it. Oh, 2 blocks done. 1 minute 30.
Not bad.
Vox is doing well.
Nice.
One option would be to, in that central cylinder, to build a tower up and then have a viewing platform up there with the glass floor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
a great
that
idea.
would work well.
Glass floor and glass walls so we can stand and look down over everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally going to do that for next time. Great idea.
Make it
Ooh.
forklift transportable. So,
Oh, that almost knocked
Yeah, with a mag plate on the bottom.
yep.
Yeah. Vox is trying to carefully stack the 3rd one and almost knocked off the 2nd. 20 seconds left, Vox. Need to get that one on there.
Delicate movements.
Core's
seem to be
almost
a
got a
challenge.
2nd on. 10 seconds. Oh, that's it.
Ooh.
Oh, it's stuck.
There we
It's
go.
stuck.
Great job.
And did cause stick.
Nice.
There's the timer.
Let's call that 1.5.
I just dropped it just in. I just dropped it.
Yeah.
My crane was malfunctioning almost the entire time trying to get it.
Okay. We have an equal first, with Vox also on 3, and Core on 1, plus maybe a half. Aimfu and Frosty, are you two ready?
Ready.
Okay, your 5 minutes starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how the forklifts do. The skid steer. Is it going to help Frosty? I suspect the ping is going to help Frosty. Oh, yep. The skid steer is showing its strength already. Frosty's already at 3 and we're only at 3 minutes. We're only at minute 10 in. But 4 looks like it could be a tricky thing. I'm noticing the hinge on Frosty's forklift and I'm wondering what that's going to be used for. Is there a way you can utilize it?
Oh dear.
Oh, here we go.
Amphu lost one.
Here's the excitement. Frosty's trying to lift 3 onto a 4th.
I thought you meant the near collision was the excitement.
Okay, here's the bit that's got to be done delicately. Pistons don't do delicate.
Look very
Especially not
sketchy.
if they're going through park.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Does that look as peculiar on your screen as it does on mine?
Nope. It just looks really... Oh, no! Oh! Oh, that was so close to tipping.
Very jiggly.
Now he's got to get it down. Ooh, nice.
Oh!
Well done.
Frosty with the 4. Is he
I'm
going to
sure
dare to
there's
go
a
for the
version
5?
somewhere. The simplicity of the forklift is helping.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Mfu, come on, get a second one on top. Your thing should be able to at least do 3 without going to shenanigans. Frosty in the lead as long as he doesn't knock that over before the time's up. Yeah, the simplicity of the forklift really pays dividends, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Aimfu's at 2. Can you get 3? You got 38 seconds remaining. Very hard to turn with blocks on top, Frosty, I imagine. No, Frosty's playing it safe. Come on, Aimfu. 18 seconds. Get the 3rd. Get yourself onto that second position.
Just hit the wrong button.
8 seconds. 7
Well, you
seconds.
know, the mag release and the backup button are very close.
That's time. Oh, it didn't stick.
Oh, nearly.
So we've got Frosty taking first place
Is
with
it 5?
4, and Aimfu taking 2.
Before we reset, can I just give stacking them a go? Just
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just give me a sec while I write this in so that I get to see it, because I want to see it. Here's a stack taller than 4 possible. Oh.
Goes.
Oh.
That was a wiggle. Oh. Wiggling more.
Yeah, it's just so unstable to stack them like that and move.
Ooh. Even my heart's racing.
Oh.
Pretty
Oh my,
excited,
he did
isn't
it!
Plonk.
The Batman
Nice.
did it! We got
Very well.
So a stack of 6 is possible. Super hard though. Alright. I'm gonna steal a seat for a second. Get some power back. I see you there, Frosty. Tenerife the Fool. Are you two ready? Competition beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alright. Both seem to be set up with park, which is good. That is an interesting articulation on Thenarith's crane. Are we going to see the toppling of the forklift from the top of the leaderboard? Cranes certainly have an advantage for the higher reach, but you just got to make sure your control system's efficient enough that you can get there. And that you don't accidentally slap your stack when you get to that height. Which is super easy to do with a crane because you don't have the depth perception stuff that advantages that forklifts have. I have a feeling some people on the leaderboard already are going to be wanting to have a second crack at this at some point.
Oh, Fool's got
That
his,
was-
his
oh,
fourth
no!
block.
I missed the tip.
Oh.
Oh, that's pain. You've still got almost 2 minutes left, though, Thanarith. You could get a decent stack going in that time based on what you've done so far. The
Fool's
Fool
coming around with his fourth.
coming up to the fourth.
Whatever.
The second block there is a little sketchy.
Mm.
I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it interesting.
But to be fair, it has been like that since the start, and it didn't fall over the last time. I was.
Oh.
Very thought through.
That
How's this gonna go when
was a
the
little iffy.
unlock?
Oh.
Oh, that was so
That
close.
looked
We have
very
4
strange
though.
on my screen.
Woohoo!
We've got a
Yeah.
minute left. The Fool. Are you gonna go for the 5th? Are you gonna go for taking the lead, or are you gonna be happy with equal leadership? Come on, Thenarith, you can get a second up. Seems like the square on tactic works nicely. I'll have to remember that.
Copying.
It's learning. It's learning. 15 seconds.
Oh, the blocks are
6.
teleporting a bit on my screen.
5.
Oh,
Oh.
wibbly wobbly.
And time.
Does it have to stop wobbling, or do we just count that?
What? Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh, crumbs.
Oh,
no.
the Fool. You dropped
Oh,
that
no.
after the time, so it doesn't
After
count.
the time, so yeah.
So you got equal first with 4. Oh, Thenarith, the tragedy of knocking over your 3 stack. You're doing so well at 4. So 2 at 4. Remaarn, begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that's a lot of jiggle at the end there.
Looks like someone put some hydraulics on their truck.
Yeah. Remaarn, does it normally do that? Not bad. Got the first one up in the first minute and a half, which is actually, on the competition so far today, pretty good. Remaarn, are you using MARM OS or Park?
One I made myself.
Oh, one you made yourself. Ah. Yeah, I thought your movements looked too fluid for it to be Park. Oh, and the second up really quickly. 3 minutes remaining. The crowd's standing around going wild.
Woo!
Yeah, go for it!
Still got more than half your time remaining. Just. Here we go. Third one, almost on. With a minute 40 remaining. Remaarn is looking very possible to reach the top of the leaderboard if he can get the 4th one stacked and not knock it over. I do love the fluidity of the movement of that thing. 1 minute remaining. 40 seconds. Oh.
We're all like,
30 seconds. Ah, I see what he's doing. Not trying to drop this one from the top. 17 seconds. Oh no! Oh, there's a tipping. There's tipping. No! No! Oh, the tragedy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Tragedy.
Oh, Remaarn, that's brutal. Oh, that was looking so good. That's so
did well,
easy
though.
to do on a crane. Oh boy, I'm nervous. Super nervous
You should.
at how much I'm going to embarrass myself. I'm beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it goes. One down. Whoops. Don't mind me.
You're pretty quick.
Go on a roller coaster.
Yeah, I've got some advantages here.
Stack them. Then
No! Bad wrong. Oh, this is bad. This could be a problem.
Looks fine.
I did have another tactic I was considering trying here, which was just throw them all. Oh, no, that's toppling.
No!
No. Oh,
Okay, well,
know
we're
why
trying
I
the throwing
forced it.
tactic then. Oh, I need to move. I don't have much time left. Whoop, too far. Too far. Got just over a minute left, I think. Can I at least get 3 safely? Okay. This is... I think the best I can do is equal everybody else here. So let's try and get this safely on.
moment of truth.
I have 30 seconds.
Achoo.
Ah, so hard to get a view. No!
No!
Ah, poke.
Really should have seen that coming.
I've got 4 seconds. No!
Just drop it.
Well, I got 3. All right. So that's the crane. I got 3 with it. Let me reset. Oh, man. That was stressful.
Well, I was going to look myself down.
Okay, is everybody ready? to watch me make a fool out of myself with my telehandler. Beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, on down. I am building a broad base. Because at least I can do that bit quickly. Oh, no, didn't grab it. No, we have a bit of a base. Let's get the next stack. That's 2. Almost half my time gone. I really want to get to the top of the leaderboard. I'm way too competitive for these things. That's 3. I've got 2 minutes left. Are we seeing the superiority of the forklift / simple designs? Whoa! Oh dear.
And Clang
I
has
believe that's
stolen
what
the
they call
day.
famous last
How did I
words.
do that? How am I balancing here?
It's a pogo stick.
I was about to say you're doing well, Splits, but
No!
looks promising.
Hang on. Hang on. Up. 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 No! I was doing so well.
Can you not flip yourself the other
Yeah,
way? with
take the
distance?
telehandler, lever it up so that it flips you upside down. The bottommost hinge. If you pop it out, it should flip.
I
you.
think I'm stuck in the ground, actually.
Oh,
You are
Oh.
clanging a fair bit, it seems.
Yeah, I think something
Should we try
weird's
to grabby
happening.
hands you?
Yeah, this is something... This is bugged out.
At least on my screen.
Oh, yeah.
The pistons are doing most peculiar things, though.
There we go. It's over. Can I get... I don't think I can get another one on in this time. I don't think I can even get this thing back down in time. Nope. There we go. Aww. Stupid rollover.
You still did well.
Clang took one in the end.
It did. I feel like I want to do that again. Just from the start. I was doing so well. I think the main
mean-
advantage of the forklift style is that it brings you closer to the object you're controlling. And so from a understanding the positioning of that object, it's much, much easier. Whereas when with the cranes, the Fool had a camera at the end, and I presume was being used?
Nope.
No, the camera wasn't being used. Okay. But the Fool's articulation setup that you'd manipulated your crane into meant that you didn't have to worry so much about... Like, you could get orientation better. Anyone who's
Yeah,
got
I try to
something
keep
that's-
it at the same orientation no matter which articulation I'm using.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so that was that was definitely an advantage because it's got an extra control point than what my crane does. But yeah, the forklifts just keeping everything level and being much simpler on that front does make
Yeah.
it a bit quicker.
I think also watching it could also be a little bit of a practice thing because of
Yeah.
how some people move much smoother than others.
Mm.
Like I've spent a lot of time. I've had that forklift for a while and spent a lot of time driving it, so I sort of know how it jiggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have now a leaderboard of sorts to begin with. I reckon we'll do this stacking competition again. Hopefully some people will come back to try and beat their records. Hopefully we'll get some new competitors as well with some different things. And I will take a second crack at it next time as well and see if I can beat my scores of 3 with both. Hopefully not flipping over my telehandler midway through the contest. As I was the only one who flipped my vehicle mid-contest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I didn't win, because it now motivates me to get better.
Ooh, I got fan mail.
Headstands. Well done. Was that a jump and then a jetpack and then flip?
Exactly.
Well played. See you, everyone.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
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 So, having had that nice little distraction from what I was thinking about with the signage, I have come up with what I hope is a good idea and that will work to make me able to put a sign up here without needing to mess with the roof too much. If I get rid of these, this panel right here, that opens up a little bit of the front. And then if I replace it with a full panel, hopefully rotated around the right way. Yeah, I think that's right. Pop it there. Then, this is the tricky bit. This is the bit I'm not sure whether it's going to work or not. But, my hope is placing neon tubes on this side. Then, neon tubes on the back, then hopefully being able to place neon tubes going up from that, and then I can put the signage on the front. I just need to figure out how I'm going to get up to the top of that. I could maybe set up my crane to be able to reach this. Not sure. What if I do this? Aha! This works. This is a strange way to do this, but yeah, make do. So I'm thinking I will go with the T piece here, like that. One of the bits I'm unsure about here is whether I'm going to want to replace the other piece that I'm standing next to there. I'll have to get down on the ground to get a good idea on that one. But if I do this, go right across to here, put another T piece in, vertical, and then place this with a full block as well. And how many letters is this going to give me space for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I add an extra bit on the end, at each end, I can write Splitsy. Or I can leave it up to you guys to suggest what I should be naming my scrapyard. Could possibly do a replacement of these T pieces with a cross so that I can get 2 rows, and I could just do Splitsy scrap. Maybe I'll set up for that. Give myself the option of going to 2 rows. Whoops. Forgot that that was disconnected at the other end. And just to attach it at this end as well, let's put that in. Then I'm going to climb down and I'm going to see how this is. Down here. See whether I need to replace those 2 plates as well. And I think I do. I think I need to make it nice and flat across in between, just with the little lips above. If you've got an idea of how I could attach this better, I'd be interested, but I just don't think there is. Because all of the full block replacements for part of the ceiling are going to mess with the way that the corrugations are aligned, and I don't want to do that. I can't think of another way to attach this. I guess something I could consider is actually attaching this with mag plates and not having it part of the grid at all. But I think that's a step too far. Just even for me, I think that's a step too far. Oh no. Ow. Yeah, that actually did hurt. I'm going to get my health back because I'm not going to survive the next one of those. So just to illustrate the problem with replacing these, if I were to put, say, this in here, you can see that those lines are not aligned at all, and I just don't want them. While I'm up here, I might repair a little bit of the roof, repaint it as well. Got to think about which bits of the roof I want to make into glass as well. Just going to make a little bit of scaffolding to put up some lettering. I think I'm going to repaint the surface here to battered and something dark, so that these bits don't draw so much attention to themselves by being all shiny. And it'll mean that the lettering should stand out better on them. Because we've got the Fool's textured build states mod, it means that we can have the letters stand out a lot better. So then I'll go with, I think I'll go yellow. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. You're kidding me. The eye can't attach to that. Oh man. I'm gonna have to grind that out and replace it with a T-piece. What a jump. What a jump. Yes. Okay, I need to change back to this color. And go for T. Hopefully that'll give me the attachment point. That's a good thing to know. Certain letters will not attach to the cross piece. Can I jump back? Yes, I can. So, that's my lame attempt at a name for this. If you got something better, let me know, because I will happily replace it with a better suggestion from you guys in the comments. But I wanted to at least put something up on the sign. Then I've got to think about what I'm going to do with my newly acquired warehouse. So I was thinking of making it into the parking area for my trailer truck and also for my bus. So I can have the 2 big garage doors turned into actual garage doors. Now I've converted this into a static grid. So it is actually a static grid at the moment. And I've been thinking I might have a way of converting it to a static grid not aligned to this static grid. Not perfectly anyway. And that kind of excites me, to not have everything perfectly on a 90-degree angle. Oh, actually, I just realized something I need. Urgently. It's about to get light. Quick, 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 quick. I need a spotlight pointing at my sign. Ah, fell off. No. Get there before sunrise. I can say no. Haste makes waste. Go slower and you'll go faster. No. Or you'll just be terrible anyway. Okay, so if I'm gonna point at the sign, what I need is something. Yeah, I'll do. Should just need a hinge this way. Let's see, is this on the right angle? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It lights. Check that out. Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay, I have light on my sign. It is visible at all times of day and night. It's not my best effort at a sign, but it's really hard to figure out how to get it to stick on this thing. And I think I'll be happier with it when it's something a bit more interesting. I'm just not feeling creative enough right now. But what I am feeling creative about is what to do with this warehouse. So what I'm going to do is probably get rid of this ramp. And what I may do is actually flip the ramp around and put it at the backside of this building so that this is my human-sized access. Or I'll try and figure out a way to drop the building by 1 block. Because I think I'm going to try and get this building misaligned to this by 45 degrees. So what I need to do is put down a whole lot of light armor slopes like this, and then try and convert it to a static grid when it's at the same height as these blocks and at the correct angle for them. So that the base plate of the warehouse lines up with this. So I'll have another static grid that's 45 degrees offset from my main one. I think it's going to be quite tricky, and I think I'm going to have to get rid of all of the full blocks around the outside. But if I set up a large grid crane apparatus, I should be able to grab hold of it and rotate it and position it properly in order to do that. So that's what I'm going to try and do next week. I'm going to try and build a large grid crane capable of moving that thing and keeping all of its half blocks intact so that I can connect to this and have the 2 static grids right next to each other, which means this thing will need its own independent power supply and all that sort of stuff, which we'll sort out later. But that is the plan. It's crazy, but it just might work. Also, it might look cool if I can pull it off. So yeah, that's next week. But yeah, tell me better signage, and I will hopefully build some more cool stuff if I don't explode that thing. So there's all that and plenty more to come, and I will see you then.